Welcome Libra to your in-depth monthly horoscope for February 2024 for the Sun or the Ascendant. You start this month with your ruler in your fourth house, so you could be busy around the decorative scene in terms of your home or your immediate environment, or maybe you're going to be inviting people around and playing Mind Host. But in the second half of this month, Venus from the 16th links with the potent energies of Pluto, but also is in an alliance with Mars, and that can be very exciting for your social situation, your love life, but also demonstrating the range of your creative talent. Please stay with me as I explore all of this in depth for you. You can ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand the power of more serious astrology. If you give me 3 pieces of your personal birth data, of time, date and place, or date and place if you don't know your time, I can produce for you your life roadmap report, your character analysis. This is the foundation for all of our interactions in our lives. We're not totally ruled by it. We can work with it and evolve, but understanding it gives us so many insights to the patterns that have played out in our life so far. Also, you can get your 12-month forecast based on the moving planets in the sky and how they interact with your unique blueprint. Also, if you order with the link below now, you can get 30% off, but you also get my Zodiac, Love, Chinese and Indian Year 2024 booklets, totally free of charge. Please see the link below for more. So Libra, as you come into the month, yes, the Sun is in your 5th house, and that can have elevated your energy since the 20th of January. Pluto moved to join the Sun on the 21st. The combination of those two things may have seen you really want to get to grips with your situation in a way which helps you to be the best version of you. More outgoing, more interactive, more playful than you felt for some time. But you do have those 3 planets, including your ruler Venus and Mercury and Mars, in the 4th house as this month begins. So one of the things that you've learned through Pluto's journey through the sign of Capricorn is to stay in touch with how you feel. But there is on the 5th a glorious link between the Sun and Chiron. If there is somebody that you're really drawn to, or somebody you want to work with in some kind of alliance or partnership, that connection can be very healing if it's the right one. You're going to be assisted also on the 5th because Mercury moves out of house 4, where it can be a bit inward looking. Worries can go around our minds in a bit of an obsessive way. It could have seen you thinking a lot about working from home, the needs of family members and so forth. But moving into the sign of Aquarius, the 5th house, and Mercury's exalted in Aquarius, is going to trigger your sense of humour. But also, of course, it goes alongside Pluto. What is Pluto going to hold for you in the sign of Aquarius? Well, I think the answer is very much down to you. How much do you really want to embrace its power? The 5th house is a very Leonian energy. It's about warmth, it's about radiance, it's about self-belief and confidence. And because your confidence has possibly been bruised through Pluto's journey through the 4th house, and all you've learned about the way people can be disappointed in terms of their emotional interaction with you, perhaps your confidence is a little bit tender at this stage. So what Pluto's going to do in 3 stages this month, first with Mercury, secondly with Mars on the 13th, and thirdly with Venus on the 16th, is give you an enormous celestial leg up. And that leg up is pushing you to really gain absolute self-belief in what you're trying to achieve, but particularly around your talents. If you are someone who's felt that you've not quite been manifesting the maximum amount of your ability, or you haven't gained the recognition, acknowledgement and admiration that you truly deserve over a long period of time, this is the month when you can start to turn it round. Of course, as ever in life, it's not going to be a panacea, because the new moon on the 9th, on the face of it, seems a great opportunity to elevate your love life, connections with children if you have them, their talents and interests, or it could be if you want an addition to the family, or you're wanting to get a job which helps you to use the full range of your skills and qualities. It's certainly a very sparkly new moon on paper. The problem is that Uranus, the planet of disruption, which of course is the modern ruler of the sign of Aquarius, actually is sabotaged in this new moon to some degree. Maybe it's around a long-term financial issue that you're needing to be mindful of, because for you, the new moon is in your sector of speculation, of risk, of chance. But that French saying, bon chance, good luck, is something you should bear in mind. All Uranus is saying is that if you do decide to go for it, whether it's around an invitation to go out with someone on a date, meet up with a group of friends, join a new artistic group, whatever you do, there is some chance in it. And Uranus means there can be some disruption. So for example, you could be drawn towards someone in a big magnetic way, particularly with Valentine's Day about to be manifested, but they may not necessarily be available or available to you at this time. Just because Pluto is in your 5th house doesn't mean to say life is going to be perfect. However, because you've learnt so much about what you will and won't accept, you also know that life isn't a perfect process. But what you can do is give it a whirl, and just be aware that there could be a little bit of cost, which is Uranus in the 8th house, or if you're a bit tentative about committing to someone who likes you, maybe you're just going to want to have an enjoyable date, perhaps on Valentine's Day. Perhaps you're going to get a bit flirty. Perhaps you're going to be the person who asks someone out, but there could be a little bit of chance in it with Uranus, but not a definite outcome. But the key is all about the confidence, the inner belief, because the 13th sees Mars go alongside Pluto in Aquarius for the first time in over 230 years. But of course, Mars is about desire. But Mars in Aquarius can actually be much more collegiate. It's not just about what we want as an individual. It's able to be individualistic, but also be mindful of what other people need as well. So you could find yourself being more of a leader. But certainly in terms of your sex appeal, it will rarely be as high as at the heart of this month. Valentine's Day on the 14th does see a clash. The moon is initially that day in your opposite sign. Sounds great for relationships, but then as the day goes on, it goes into a square with Pluto. But the 16th is a standout day because Venus joins up with Pluto and Mars. And the last 2 weeks of this month really can see some spectacular and really happy meetups, enjoyable moments, some laughter. If you enjoy karaoke, get up there, give it a whirl. If you're someone who would like to write, join a local writing group. If you've always wanted to paint, join in. A lot of the confidence that's been eroded is really at stake here. You've got to seize the moment with Pluto's absolute will to change your life in a more dynamic and positive way. This is such a rare set of influences. It's definitely not a month to sit on your hands. However, what I have been saying for some while is those energies in your 6th house, Neptune since 2012, March 7th last year for Saturn, that's your 6th house of responsibilities and obligations, and the Sun moves there on the 19th. If you're having a wild party time at the heart of this month, you may need to take a little bit of a breather towards the end of this month. It's followed by Mercury on the 23rd, but the key is the full moon on the 24th for you occurs in house 12, very much to do with the psychology of situations, whereas the Sun, Saturn together within 4.5 degrees are in your 6th house of practicalities. So essentially, it's going to be important to make sure that you don't push yourself too far when it comes to having fun. But I really should say that I feel that you're someone who has a great appreciation of understanding equilibrium and balance. But if you do find yourself really on the dance floor, living your life to the absolute maximum at the heart of this month, I'm sure you would agree that why not go for it? You know, whatever would give you pleasure, whether it's making cakes, whether it's researching stuff of a historical nature in your local library, whatever would bring a smile to your face and where you can tell people about it with enthusiasm, that's what the heart of this month is about. But the end of this month is just remembering that you still need to keep yourself in hearth and home, so there may be some duties, responsibilities and obligations you need to be mindful of. You could end the month feeling a bit lower in vitality. Just be aware of that. But it is such an enriching set of days, February, for you. It truly is exciting. So I'm wishing you all the very best with it.